Good afternoon. Live weather blog meteorologist Bob Akerfield here with this afternoon's update on Tropical Depression number 3. We still have a tropical depression out there this afternoon. Hurricane Hunter's been in the storm this afternoon and did not find tropical storm force winds just yet. It's pretty close to becoming a tropical storm, and we should see Tropical Storm Bonnie by later tonight. So here's the center of circulation right here. The actual center is just south of the deepest convection as we continue to have some shear being affected by that upper level low. So it's not totally wrapped around the center just yet. And this is the reason why we don't see a tropical storm right now. Good outflow to the north, good outflow to the east. Nice outflow to the south here as well. Nice convection coming up from the south feeding this system. But we still have a emptiness here to the southwest, and that's that shear coming from the upper level low. See the official forecast points right here. By later tonight, approaching the western Bahamas, and then by tomorrow afternoon, approaching the Florida Keys. Water vapor imagery showing upper level low right in this section right here, moving west, giving it just enough space to get this thing developed today. But this is going to be the deterrent from really cranking this thing up to a hurricane, is this upper level low. As long as it stays pretty close to this system like this, we're not going to see real rapid strengthening. Some slow strengthening as it gets towards the Florida Keys in the next 24 hours is going to be the way this is going to go. As long as this upper level low stays pretty close, it's going to keep creating this southwesterly shear. And you can see I call these systems the shrimp systems because they look like a shrimp. You see this look just like this, like a shrimp. No convection to the southwest here. And that's not good if you really want to. It's good if you don't want to see this thing develop, which would be great news for the Gulf of Mexico. So here's the latest advisory, 5 p.m. National Hurricane Center, 22.7 north, 75.4 west, maximum sustained winds 35 miles an hour, movement to the northwest at 14, so located right here. Take a little move to the northwest. This is later tonight, approaching the western Bahamas, Grand Bahama Island. And then by 2 p.m. Friday, approaching the Florida Keys. We could see this shift maybe a slightly farther north. I'm thinking this is going to come in probably close to the upper Keys here, maybe just north of Marathon. And then into the Gulf of Mexico on Saturday, and then up towards the Louisiana coast by Sunday afternoon. You can see the cone of uncertainty goes from the Louisiana-Texas border all the way to almost Mobile, Alabama. So anywhere in this region here for that second landfall after it passes through the Keys, you still have to be on alert. Official forecast brings it to a tropical storm about 50 miles an hour. We could see it a little stronger than that. It's going to really be a close call with this upper level low. How much distance will it get from our system? If it could move a little farther away from our system, we could see close to a hurricane in this area here. This wouldn't be good news for the oil spill region right in here. As this system moves past here, we're going to get these winds moving out of the southeast, and that's going to bring all this oil back into the marshlands here into Louisiana, which isn't good news. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Again, if you're in this area, just be prepared right now, depending on how that upper level low plays out. Current radar showing some of the first bands coming through the Bahamas here. These rain bands will begin to encroach on southeast Florida later tonight, and then by tomorrow morning we'll see tropical storm conditions throughout the Florida Keys and throughout South Florida and here. Here's the latest wind shear maps. Again, upper level low here, southwest shear blowing just like this. You could see southerly and southwest shear, so exposed center to the south. Shear has lessened, so we have about 10 to 15 knots of shear in here. Not detrimental to development, but that's usually the case of slow development, and that's what we'll see as this approaches the southeast Florida and the Florida Keys here by tomorrow. Latest 18Z early run models, you see them very closely clustered going through the Florida Keys, and then in 72 hours, this would be Sunday afternoon, approaching Louisiana. It'll just depend how far that upper high, subtropical high builds west. Farther west it builds, the farther west our system will go. But right now, since we had that little nudge to the north, the whole track kind of shifted to the north today. So that's bringing this right into the Louisiana coast. But you can see the spreads all the way from Mississippi, then all the way to east to the eastern coast of Texas here. But again, I'm looking like definitely this is pinning on Louisiana right now. And again, showing the upper air here, the layer mean wind analysis, high pressure to its north. So that little bit of weakness today and that upper level low kind of tugging the system a little northwest, but this high is firmly in place, and this will continue its track up after this little shift to the northwest, west-northwest, all the way to near the Louisiana area. So again, to recap, I expect to see Tropical Storm Bonnie by later tonight. Tropical storm conditions will begin to affect southeast Florida, then the Florida Keys by tomorrow morning. I expect Miami area all the way up to close to Jupiter. Could expect some tropical storm force winds. Looking like I expect when it does approach the Florida Keys, the upper Florida Keys here, probably north of Marathon, expect 45 to 50 mile per hour tropical storm. Heavy rains, winds, possibility of some isolated tornadoes also in the southern Florida area here and the Florida Keys as this storm passes through the area. Into the Gulf of Mexico on Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon approaching the Louisiana coast. Right now, official forecast, National Hurricane Center keeps this a tropical storm. There's still, to me, there's about a 20% chance that we could still see this become a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. So all interest from Alabama coast all the way to east. Probably, I would even give this all the way to Houston, just on the outer fringes here. But you can see where the cone runs right in here. Need to be prepared and just keep watching. I'll have the latest, listen to the latest from the National Hurricane Center on this system. I will have another update on this storm, whether it's Tropical Depression number 3 or Tropical Storm Bonnie, by tomorrow morning. Have a great night.